I'm Phoebe, and this is...
I'm Laura,
hi. So we made it. 18 months, lots of essays, too many reflective blogs we can talk about, a mock court trial, a dissertation, and 3 weddings later. I'm proud to be one of the 25 Step Up Social Work graduates. In February 2012, I remember everyone fresh-faced and terrified about what we had signed up to. Lots of people were convinced they wouldn't actually like child protection at the end. Now I'm faced with some fantastic frontline workers who have come around to the idea of what the field involves and are more than competent in writing assessments, presenting at conferences, lots of other vital skills for child protection, but most importantly the skills to support vulnerable children with whom we work. In order to please our tutor Karen, I'm now going to pass over to Laura, who's going to talk about transformations.
So Phoebe's already said that when we started we were fresh-faced, we were quite nervous. We'd been put through this washing machine that they called an assessment centre, which was like The Apprentice all in one day. For those of you that have been there, you know exactly what I'm talking about. So we got through, and at the beginning it was really daunting and everything was like, oh, this is madness, we've got to do this course, we know exactly where we're going to be for the next 18 months every single day, and people were planning weddings and holidays around it. And for a lot of us it was returning to higher education after a long break, and we were promised a lot of support, and I know that at the time I felt like, well, I hope there's a lot of support. Like it's said at the beginning we're going to have this person, that, all these people, and it's all for you and it's going to be really easy, and I was like, yeah, I'm not so sure. I'm sure everyone thought that, but actually the support was there. We were supported. It was like a cloud kind of helping us through. People maybe fell off and got back on and kind of difficult happened, but we're all here and we've all done it. So I think for me, and I don't know about anybody else, the support and the structure was something that was there from the very beginning all the way to the end and now, and without it wouldn't have happened. So I said I'd talk about transformations because that's something that Karen spoke about a lot, and she convinced us or told us at the beginning that we would transform, we would be different people at the end of it. And I thought, oh, I don't know about that, I'm already 27. Really? Can I change? I'm 26 then, I think. I guess I can't remember. But I've realised that I'm a lot more self-aware, and I was quite self-aware anyway, but now it's ridiculous. And at the beginning I remember thinking, how much more is there to learn? You know, I like learning, I'm always going to learn forever, but I thought really, you know, we're doing a master's, social work, working with families, what is there to learn? Let alone about social work theories, those are the things I didn't know about, and methods, but I actually learned more about myself, and I think everyone now is able to reflect whether they like it or not. It happens, we do it a lot, and now we know how to write about it as well, in those logs. And the other thing, I've successfully severed my addiction to TV, and it wasn't necessarily a choice, but it happened, and I'm still alive. So I don't need that anymore in my life, which is quite interesting. We all began as experienced practitioners in fairly relevant fields, which I know is a bit different from cohort 1. They weren't quite as relevant compared to us. So we all had this experience, and we sort of started in this place that now we've come out the other side, more experienced, more knowledgeable, more reflective for sure. That experience that we had before, what didn't go unrecognised within our placements, people knew what we'd done before, or asked us about it, and we weren't starting as kind of 21-year-old bachelor students who just finished university. Everything we'd already done was acknowledged, and that was really important within the course, and it meant that we got the recognition of our expertise in the beginning, and we can continue to use those transferable skills. I know that this cohort is still hungry to learn, still hungry to do more and to get more help and support and to move on forwards within our jobs and to do the assessed supported year in employment. When we started, it wasn't about starting again, but continuing the journey, and I don't think that we finished at all. I only started work yesterday, and I can already tell I've got a lot to learn still, which is great, and it's a bit like, you know, now I'm going to go off and do it on my own, but I hope there is still some support, I know there is. So, as Phoebe said, when we started, since then there's been 3 weddings, numerous people have moved house, loads of people have been on holiday, we've had loads of dinners and drinks, and lots of tears, no doubt, and I know that I've had a lot of tears, I'm sure other people have. But it has been worth it, and now we're all employed, and some people even got paid today, which I'm sure feels amazing. So drinks on you, so the journey's ongoing, and I think there's more for us to learn, and lots more change will happen. And I really hope that the assessed and supported year in employment will help us to become even more competent and reliable and safe as social workers, and like James said, to become managers and leaders one day. The course itself, I've been on the panel for the next cohort, so I know a lot about what's happening next time as well, and the things that we've fed back as a cohort have been taken on board, and things will change, and hopefully it will just improve and get better and better. And I know there's other schemes for doing the same thing, trying to get the social workers quickly trained but efficiently as well. But this course was brilliant. I think the outcomes and the learning opportunities that we were given wouldn't have been possible without the local authorities and without the placements that we were given, and the variety that's happened, and also the support that went in at the beginning. And I'm going to hand back to Phoebe.
We obviously are here today. One of the things we want to celebrate is all the people who have supported us throughout the last 18 months. It's quite overwhelming when you think about all the people both in the local authorities, universities, and obviously friends and family who are here today. There are a few key people that we wanted to thank on behalf of the graduates. Firstly, Karen Mills, our trusted course tutor. Karen is an absolute credit to the social work profession. Her passion is second to none, and she was able to create a learning environment that helped us examine what kind of social workers we wanted to be. For a group of students who started out very reluctant to embrace the idea of critical reflection, somehow she's managed to bring us all round. And I think we're all able to admit that who we are and how we view both our personal and professional worlds has changed drastically under Karen's support. She's compassionate and practical and has been at our beck and call throughout the course, helping us navigate both our placements and our coursework. The social work field is privileged to have someone like Karen educating the social workers of the future. And we've just got a small present to show our appreciation for all your work. We did want to say thank you to Claudia as well, who was our other course tutor, who was with us for much of the course, but unfortunately she's left to go on to other things, so she's not here today. I also wanted to speak about the collaboration between the university and local authorities, which has formed the core of Step Up. As students, we are very fortunate to be part of such extensive joint work, as it has provided a supportive framework for our learning and development. It has also enabled us to feel a sense of belonging within our local authorities, where we are now working. As some of you know, there has been a lot of criticism of the Step Up course from outside, but I think everyone who's a part of the collaboration has seen the unique benefits of this in terms of the experience, knowledge and competence of the graduates as frontline social workers in child protection. One of the key people at the heart of this collaboration is Anthea. Anthea has provided great opportunities for practice-based learning, both in lectures and in placements. She's the first person I think I've met who asks for feedback, actually wants you to give some, and then does something about it to make changes and improvements to our course. She's kept the course dynamic and relevant to our needs, and we have benefited greatly by the huge amount of commitment and work she's put in. We do wish Anthea all the best as well for her next venture, because she's off to Germany. But we also wanted to... Finally, we cannot thank our practice educators, mentors, team managers and colleagues enough for sharing their expertise and knowledge with us. We're very lucky to have been placed in West London boroughs with so many excellent workers who we could learn from. I have to say our practice educators showed a lot of patience while we were learning and somehow enabled every one of us to meet the dreaded key roles. It's really exciting that we're now working alongside you as our colleagues, and you can certainly take a lot of credit for getting us to where we are now. There's also a thank you to everyone else who's involved on the boards and the groups that have developed our course. I mean, the people that are here know who they are, and I think there's also a lot of people that aren't here who have been vital to creating the course, so thank you to them. And finally, to the graduates, all I want to say is I think we've made friends and colleagues for life. Thank you for the patience, support, kindness and laughter which you have all provided to me and to each other throughout the course. I'm privileged to have been part of the Step Up experience, and I think we're all ready to embrace the next part of our journey in child protection and social work. So congratulations to every graduate and good luck in all your careers.